Happy New Year once again. Happy New Year, ladies. And the new year has come with plenty.
Plenty, oh my God.
Plenty. As in just a short while. It's been so...
Very first day.
As in...
Yeah, I think
it
kind of tells you how the year is going to go.
No, it's
people
too much
expecting
drama.
that 20... Yeah, it's a
First
leap
of all,
year,
the
by the way.
theme
Yeah,
of the
leap
year.
No grief for anybody.
That one alone.
But that what's something like that's a normal theme. Normally, a normal theme is no grief for anybody. So now when you now add 2024 joy, my point is, as you are doing, just be careful.
No, Mike, this year we are, manifesting.
You're grief for people.
Ease. People, yeah.
Okay.
But don't come for me.
Don't go.
Because I'm like a snake. You don't see me coming.
No, we see
So
you.
just avoid me.
It all started with, of course, the state governor and the army personnel. You know how the new year started, and that one went back and forth. Of course, by the way, the army have released a statement and all of that, and which is quite a cool, good, thing. But social media is buzzing, and the number one topic on social media has to be the late Prophet T.B. Joshua and the controversial documentary released by the BBC. It's been on back and forth. People have had so much to say. But first of all, this is an investigative report, and they reached out to the Synagogue Church of all nations, and they also released a statement. Now, the synagogue says that all the reports, everything in the reports are unfounded, and they are false, and they are lies. So that is the official statement from the Synagogue Church of all nations. But for those, I've not seen all of it, just seen little clips and all of that. A number of people are saying they are not surprised that they knew about all of this. But it brings, the question now comes into, some people will say religious ensnarement, as it were, being ensnared by religious leaders, and we know the kind of power religious leaders have in Africa, as it were. The revelations in there are quite shocking. Basically, not all shocking to, like I said to a lot of people. Yeah. The idea is that this man was running a cult, and he was a cult leader and all of that, imprisoned people. Something that was quite interesting there was where there's a statement attributed to him, allegedly, that he said that he was going to punish the white people for what they did to his ancestors.
Yeah.
And so we saw videos of the whites and also blacks building the church. So you see them carrying pants on their head and all of that. And over here might not be a big deal. I mean, I have been in places where we had to, because it felt like you're giving to a place where you had to even build. But over there, you cannot use someone for labor and you don't pay wages and all of that. So it can be, it's very different. Exactly. But then a lot of these people who say that even when they came from outside the country, they were ensnared, sort of, like it was like they were in a trance. They just came in and all of that. So, so the thing now I want to say is this here. What do you guys, with all that has happened, or all that was released in the documentary, and from the different takes, what are your thoughts on it?
When I saw the video, to be honest, like you said earlier on, it wasn't shocking. It wasn't all shocking.
It was all shocking for a number of people.
There were a few revelations, but these are still, yes, there were a few testaments as well. Some of these people that were involved in it,
including
in the abuse, in the enslavement, alleged enslavement. I need to add that. His daughter.
Yeah.
Outside of wedlock, also, she was also in the documentary. She also, there were also a few revelations. She also, gave a testament of the abuse that she also suffered, with him, she being locked up at the point where he found out that she existed. She was locked up. She was constantly abused, not just by him, but by everyone, that came in contact with her. Yeah. It's
based off his
instructions. So the question now is, why is this documentary coming out now? Because, I mean, the person being, the man being, T.B. Joshua being held, in contempt here. He's no longer here. So he cannot defend himself. There's no one to defend him on his behalf. So yes, the church has released an official statement, but I would like to believe that because from the testimonies, or from the revelations, rather, I'll use revelations, some of the activities are actually criminal activities.
Yes.
If he was alive and, and these revelations came out, he would be arrested, and then, of course, investigations would, would be carried out. And if he's guilty at the end of that investigation, he would be held liable.
Danny, what do you think about this?
Maybe they can arrest his cops and put it behind bars. Anyways.
But you see, there's something, I just want to put this to you here. There's something, we know that at a particular point in time, there was a building collapse in that compound.
Yes.
Almost 90 people died.
Yes.
Nobody answered for that till today.
Today.
Yes.
True.
So this is what I have to say, right? So, I mean, during the course of the church, the truth is, this is not the first time stories like this are coming out, right? Maybe this is the first time it's coming out in detail.
On this scale, yeah.
On this scale, exactly where people are actually going. And definitely for BBC to produce and release a story about you. Do you understand? Definitely, the instructions to do so definitely came from some, I don't know, I don't want to say some...
Unscrupulous.
Not even unscrupulous, like some strong men. Do you understand? But then again, the issue, it's not an issue per se. I'll just say that stories like, because I remember growing up, because I mean, the church has been up for a very long time. I remember growing up, there are different stories here, stories there. There's just been some sketchy things here and there about the church, the way it's run, and things like that. So now the question, back to the question, why is this documentary released at this time? Now, there were stories about the issue of handing over. So now, after his passing, after his demise, who does the church go on to find? The people who helped him build the church or the wife. So different things coming up here and there. So I'm really not sure how to see. First of all, maybe to start churches now, they should start doing. There should be
due diligence.
There should be a process. A process. Seriously,
You see,
there should
yeah,
be a process
my
with
major
certain
takeaway from this now, people are,
and all of that.
the question
because
to those of you who are asking why did it come out after his passing, I think that this is something that we can all learn from, right? In such a way like this, we need to talk. These things might be happening in other places or are happening in other places.
But no one is coming.
Remember, recall the case of Reverend King, who is, who is basically in there and is supposed to face the gallows.
Yeah.
This person went as far as even burning church members. You understand? And these ones now are crimes that he has been, incarcerated. You understand? The law has found him guilty for that. So it's no longer a case of alleged or whatever.
yes, of course.
Now, my point is this: we can all learn from this. In wherever you are, a religious institution, any sort of institution that doesn't feel right, there are things that are happening. Talk to somebody. If you cannot go to the law enforcement agencies, then talk to somebody beside you. Yes, these people, some of them can be very powerful. Like I mentioned, over 90 people died, almost 90 people died in a collapsed building, and nothing happened.
In that documentary that have been speaking out
and
since
people,
2018.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they've
Since 2018,
different stories have been coming out.
speaking out.
Right.
They have been speaking out, and nothing was done about it.
Yeah.
Nothing was done about
That's what I'm saying. So now
it still goes back to these powerful people, who have
decided to bring out the story on this scale.
Other than
So
that, there's
that's
still some sort of control over,
And even till
security
now,
agencies.
right?
I
And
agree.
even now the documentary is
I
out,
agree.
what has been done?
What has been
right?
done?
Is the arena, is it still open? Are people still going to worship?
I hear it's still open.
So that's the thing. So, now brings down to where we are in Nigeria, the society and things like that. So
we'll continue with this, Winfrey. I wish we had more time, but there's so much to talk about. But let's hear your thoughts on all of this. Hit us up on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. What do you think about all of this? Share your thoughts, and of course, we'll definitely interact with you and all of that. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We'll be back.